Imagine being a student in one of Africa's poorest countries and being more than 20 kilometres away from a school. You don't have a car, there is no bus, and even if there was, there wouldn't be a road to take you there. Well, this is putting children's education in jeopardy, and World Bicycle Relief is endeavouring to change that by delivering bicycles to students in need. Well, Reason Wafa Verona is involved in World Bicycle Relief. Reason, tell me your story. Where are you from and what's your experience with getting around to school?
I was born in Zimbabwe and I grew up in Zimbabwe, actually to be precise, in the rural parts of Zimbabwe. So I am a village boy. World Bicycle Relief focusing on addressing the issue of transport, to me, that is phenomenal. That is very important because my background, I had to go to school 16 kilometers and walking 16 kilometers, 6 years old, barefooted in winter, it's cold, in summer it's too hot. It's really, really, really hard. So what you're looking at is potential being destroyed. A lot of kids failing to realize their potential because distance is a limiting factor. But you're also looking at safety because we had girls, obviously you have the issue of early marriages, but it's not safe to walk through the jungle. They get targeted by thugs and other people that are just untoward.
David Gaga, you're responsible for helping deliver some of these bikes. Tell me about some of the other stories that you've heard with the students getting to school. What are some of those distances and what are some of the risks that they faced also?
Well, when I was actually in Zambia last October, I met a lot of the students. It's mostly the distance, it's fatigue, especially girl students. We deliver 70% of the bicycles to girl students because what happens is cultural difference. They have to do about 2 hours of household chores before they can even make their way to schools. That means walking to the water bowl, that can be 45 minutes walk, then walking back with a 20-litre bucket of water on your head. Then you have to make fire. Then you have to make the breakfast. You have to wash the clothing and hang it up because it has to dry during the day. You might have 2 hours of those, and then you might have 1.5 or 2 hours of walking to school. By the time the girls arrive at school, they are tired and they fall asleep at their desk. That means it becomes too hard after a while, so they drop out of school. And so what we found with giving them our bicycles, school attendance has gone up by 28% and academic performance by 59% because they can now concentrate on their studies. They are spending less time traveling.
That's extraordinary, isn't it? So how do you design a bike that's suitable for some of this African terrain? What some of the features are on this bike to make it appropriate?
Well, we actually don't call it a bike, we call it an engine for economic development. And so it's a 24-kilo heavy bicycle. It doesn't have any gears because the less components that can break down, the better it is. The tires are puncture resistant and the back rack of the bicycle can carry 100 kilos. So for the terrain, it is probably the most sturdy bicycle that is produced. And we built and distribute that bicycle especially only for World Bicycle Relief.
And you're also using, you mentioned with the tyres, that was recycled. So there is an environmental component that has some benefits in these bikes as well.
Yes. Definitely recycled, and not only that, also our components, they can be bought over there, and any component that is available over there fits our bicycle. We do train mechanics, we don't just hand over the bicycle. There's a whole program in place for World Bicycle Relief.